Hey, what's up? Ken from Palm Beach Dyno here. Today on the dyno we have Lee Dennis's 2020 GT500. We actually, you may have seen on our Facebook prior, we did do some remote tuning with Lee's car the day after he got it. But Lee's down here now. He's going to be one of our development vehicles. Lee, why don't you come on over here? This is Lee, everybody. He has his own YouTube channel and Instagram. Why don't you tell everybody what it is?
Hi everybody, my YouTube is actually Tangstang GT500, all one word, and my Instagram is also Tangstang GT500.
And Lee's from Indiana. He contacted us after seeing us online talking about somebody getting their car here right away and they get free tuning and parts for cost. And Lee is the lucky guy that hit me up first, and he also did get one of the first cars, so it's a perfect combination for this to all work out. I actually have mine. It's sitting right behind the camera over there, and we're going to be tuning that probably in the next couple of days. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and baseline the car stock, do 2 or 3 pulls, see what it makes, and then we've got some testing to do. One thing we're going to test today is our K2 air filter. Some of you guys that have been following us for a while, we developed this air filter when the 2015 Mustang came out. It's used on the TVS supercharger setups, and compared to the TVS supercharger air filter that comes included, this one picks up a huge amount of power. Part of that is because the filter that comes with the TVS is poor. This filter is fairly decent, so it may or may not pick up stock. We'll go ahead and test it today, and then we'll go ahead and test it later on this week when we add the pulley, race fuel, E85. We have a lot of things we're going to test, but right now, today, we're going to test stock with the filter, and tune. So let's see what it makes stock. Okay, we went ahead and did 4 back-to-back stock pulls. One of the pulls didn't record properly, so here's the 3 pulls. And there's actually a good opportunity here to teach a little bit about dyno numbers and how you have to know more than these peak numbers. I've said this before for those of you that are fans of ours, but anybody that's new, here's a really important thing to point out when comparing numbers. First pull was 634 and 559. That sounds low, a little bit. Except, well, you can't really see it. Let's do one at a time. So the first pull, I got a little gun shy right here, and I lifted at 6,900 RPM. The power's still climbing, so it says 634, but that's not really the case. Then you go to the next pull, and now, whoa, it picked up 50 horsepower. It's the same car, guys. I revved it up a little higher. And 684 to me sounds a little high based on the other cars we've done. But now when I bring up the next graph, it's going to be a little bit even clearer. Now, as you can see, the lines are practically identical, except we have 20 horsepower difference in max power. Well, there's your 20 horsepower. Is that real? Does that give you a benefit? Very unlikely. So this is a good indication of how you could kind of play with dyno numbers if you're just looking at peak numbers. But if you show the whole graph, and you know what you're looking at, it's a little easier to tell what's going on. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and now install the K2 air filter, not make any other changes, and see what it picks up. Okay, we got the filter installed and did 3 more pulls, and it didn't pick up a single horsepower. Well, again, let's look closely at the numbers, because I could cherry pick these numbers and make it sound like our filter picks up, right? If you look here, let's just step through it. We'll take the best average number. The 684, I believe, is a little misleading, so we'll use this number here, the 664. Now we'll look at the first pull with the filter. You would say, oh, look at that, I picked up, what is that, 16 torque. Amazing, right? Not really. That's right here. You see the little gain. The reason is this was the first pull we did after the air filter install, and on a stock vehicle with catalytic converters, there's a thing called catalytic converter protection, and what that does is it enriches the vehicle as the cats get hot to make sure the cats don't get destroyed. So in this case, the catalytic converter protection started a little bit later, so it carried the power out a little bit further beforehand. But same tune, same filter, we run it again, and that gain's gone. Okay, see, I could have told you buy my filter, pick up 17 torque, but I'm going to sell you stuff that works. Anyway, and then the next pull was this one right here, and there's no gain. Really. I mean, it's almost exactly, if you look at the lines, it's almost identical. We're not going to pick apart horsepower here or horsepower there. So, hopefully, down the road, the filter will provide benefits with higher boost, and we'll be testing that later this week. We're going to go ahead and put the stock filter back in to keep everything the same, and we're going to go ahead and load our 93 octane tune and see what it makes. Okay, this is our Palm Beach Dyno 93 octane tune. This is the tune that we developed remotely with Lee when he was back in Indiana, and we wanted to see what it would make and what he's been running on. For those of you that haven't seen the video yet, Drag Times did a video with both my car and Lee's car. Lee's car wasn't in it as much, but there was a good race in there that you might want to watch. We did a 0 to 60 pass side by side. I actually got out on Lee a little bit. My car's still bone stock, probably because Lee was spinning, but once both cars hooked up on this really awful road we were racing on, Lee started to pull like a freight train. So, you know, that's probably the difference you're seeing here. So right now this is the factory rev limiter, but as we know, HP Tuners offers a patch already for us to get over the 7500 mark. You got to remember, we have an engine controller and a transmission controller in these, so even though we raise the engine controller above the 7500 RPM rev limiter, there seems to be a transmission controller rev limiter at 7500 also. HP Tuners is able, without getting into the TCM just yet, we were able to bypass that rev limiter. So we're going to apply that patch now, no other changes, and see what kind of power we pick up. Okay, there you go. 720 rear-wheel horsepower and 579 foot-pounds of torque. And you have to remember, there's no differences between these two tunes. So here's another case of RPM greatly influencing the max power numbers. But if you look at the blue and green, you can barely see the blue because the green line is directly right over top of it. So, you know, if you're looking at peak numbers, this car seems significantly more powerful, the green one. But it's really only because you're revving it higher, which is a benefit for sure. But it's the same exact tune, just more RPM. So we're going to call this good. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and I want to make this very clear, the 2020 GT500 is the most powerful Mustang GT from the factory ever released. That makes it a little bit challenging on many fronts, and emissions is one of them. So the catalytic converters are the most fragile thing in this system. And factory, what happens is, if you see this red line, how it dips right here, it's very clear. That's when the catalytic converter protection is kicking in. What happens is as the temps get hot, or excuse me, as the catalytic converter temps get hot, the car enriches itself to get very rich to use fuel to cool the cats off. Now, if you decide to make your car a track only car and remove the catalytic converters, we can turn that off, and if it's a track only car. But this is a street car, and he's keeping his catalytic converters for right now. So we were able to tweak it a little bit, but very little. Just not quite as much enrichment, very, very minor changes to it, and other tuning, and that's how we were able to pick up this additional power. So the moral of the story is you have to be very gentle with these vehicles because of the catalytic converters, and we feel that this is a very solid tune. As you can see, if you're just going by peak numbers, we're up 50, right about 55 horsepower peak at the wheels. That's a pretty significant amount. This is stock boost. Cats, the car is bone stock as far as parts. Next up, we're going to be, we'll be tuning my car. We'll be doing track pipes for the track exhaust setup. We'll be doing Injector Dynamics 1050Xs, E85, the pulleys. We have 3 different pulleys that we got from Lethal Performance. We'll be using Lethal Performance's track exhaust also. And that's what's up next, and then we'll be headed to the track hopefully this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And we'll be on a very big YouTube channel that's filming this weekend, and we'll keep that a secret till after the weekend's over. So we'll see you on the next one.